Okay. Teradek says we're ready, and the stream says we're starting. So this is the awkward 4-minute part where I wait for people to show up. Guys, we have a tornado warning here in the East Coast. It is Virginia Beach style. Didn't know you could have tornadoes at the ocean. I didn't know that was possible. Did you know that was possible? I didn't know that was possible. So, yeah. It is 5:35 on a Friday afternoon, and I officially was fired, let go, involuntarily left, literally an hour ago. It hasn't even been an hour. I can't sell cars, man. I didn't make it. So, sold, not happening. This is not for me. I can sell rigs though, baby. I can sit here all day and sell rigs. Can't sell cars, but I can sell rigs. Look at this. This is only one part of it. Let me see if I can lighten this up at all. Oh, I had a light here. There we go. Let's see if that helps. Just a hair. Hey there. They'll show up very soon. Oh yes, they will. Oh man. Okay, so again, this is the fastest I was able to ever stream with getting everything lined up, switching lenses and everything. So this has been great. I really like this device here we got. This is, of course, the Teradek Video Grow, and once we get all fired up, we can get all shouting about that. But this is, let me show you. So this is all of the training material that I read through. And this first part was just the test to get your license, which I technically shouldn't have, I guess. But, so, do I have anything on here that you shouldn't see? Yeah, probably. My date of birth and everything. Okay, so this is basically, yeah, so you can see this part. So this is basically what's called a motor vehicle dealer board salesperson's license. Big name. So it basically states that in the state of Virginia, I am allowed to sell vehicles. Obviously, the dealer is CarMax, and that doesn't exist anymore. So, anyways, next is all the material. So this is all like communication skills and ability to do appraisals if people come in for their car and all that. So it's crazy. You can't sell cars. That means you're not a liar. What does that mean? Oh, I wouldn't lie about things. No, that is one good thing. I mean, I think I'd be a customer at there. I think I'd be a customer. I really do. I mean, they really do hold up their integrity. I know the prices. I know how much they make per car, so that kind of sucks. But we got to get into the smiting stuff. So let me show you where I made it on my assessment thing. Let me just fold this because it's got some information that we shouldn't see. Okay, so let me fold this. Thank you. I am still smiling. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. So this is basically the training. Okay, this doesn't say it's internal use. A lot of this stuff says it's internal use, but this is not. So onboarding, that's just basically getting your onboard. Then intro into sales training. So that's just like an introduction, welcome, and then your greeting. So if you failed this part, which is like the DMV stuff, then obviously you wouldn't have a license, so you couldn't sell. So if you fail this, then you don't get this. If you don't get this, you can't move forward, right? Are you with me? Okay. So next is greeting, like, hi, welcome to CarMax, right? So I finally got that one. Then I got the interview recommendation, and then I got appraisal. What I have been tripped up on for the last week is this Max Care, and then all the other ones. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more tests to take. Technically 6 because I took the other one twice. But yeah, as you know, basically I wasn't meant to be. That's the easiest way to explain it. The team there is great. Management's great. Just wasn't meant to be. So, yeah. Wow. So, yeah, it's crazy because we, negotiated all of our debts. Sorry things didn't work out there. Just kidding, LOL. Oh, okay. So we got Ice B Burger, Stream Team 420, and Fair is Full here with us. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Digital Gold channel. This is where we talk about mining. I won the Crypto Influencer Award, and honestly, the only reason I won is because I told people to vote. There's no way I should have won that. It's only because I told you guys about it. Like, all those other Bitcoin mining channels have like bazillion more subscribers, and all they would have had to say was, hey, vote for me, and then they would have obliterated me, but they didn't tell their subscribers, so they didn't get the votes. That's funny. You got fired. I didn't exactly get fired. I mean, I was put, you know how HR stuff is, right? They put in a termination request for immediate termination after failing my assessments. So I said, okay, what does that mean? They're like, well, you basically just have to hang out for the weekend, but I've never seen this not go through, so I don't have anything for you to sign, but you can write something up right here if you want. And I was like, okay. So I just wrote that, thank you for the opportunity, and, wasn't my thing. Have a nice day. So, whoa, Jimmy Plays is here. So, yep. Pretty exciting. Yeah. How's the hurricane doing? Ooh. We don't have a hurricane yet. We have no hurricane yet, so we're still good. What does this mean next? Digital gold is for hire. I'm going to put that in the description now. Digital gold is for hire. So, anyways, a lot of you guys have been following me just since I posted my video about crashing all of the Bitcoin, right? And like closing the Bitbunker. And so a lot of the newer people are really confused, and maybe they're just following this journey. So I figured, why not just stream about the whole journey? And yeah, it's not all going to be directly related to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is part of life, right? It's not just all computers. There is people involved. So I just wanted to give you a little glimpse into my reality of life as best I can. So, man, just kidding. I almost did a car sale job too, and quit. Oh, he didn't make it? Why did you quit? What happened? Tell me what happened. There goes the wind, baby. So, anyways, what's going to be going on with Bitcoin mining? Okay, so I watched quite a few things about it, and I'm beginning to wonder if it's kind of like, oh man, how do I describe this? It's kind of almost like the internet in the 90s, where anybody could create a website and get attention. Okay, if you created a website and you said you were streaming or selling or just info, like GeoCities. Do you guys remember GeoCities? Is that thing still around? Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff is just crazy. So in the 90s, you could do big things like that, and everybody wanted to be a part of you. Nowadays, it's near impossible to get a website that people see unless you pay Google, to run ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You have to pay large companies in order to run the sites. Plus, you have to pay for the sites. You can't even host them really at your own house anymore. So the dynamic has changed, right? So 90s to 2000s, 2020s. So basically within 20 so years, the dynamic of how a website goes to create content and how it is delivered to everybody is drastic. You have to have big players. Now, how am I tying that into Bitcoin? So in the first 10 years of Bitcoin, you could be anybody and mine coin. You really could. So it wasn't a big deal. And nowadays you've got to be like huge. Eric's here. Haha, GeoCities. I think that got bought by Yahoo in the 2000s. Right. So within 10 years, GeoCities got bought. See, who doesn't remember GeoCities? The site hit contours or mouse following ammunition. The site hit containers. The site hit containers and site hit containers. Man, so you guys are getting what I'm saying. So Bitcoin's the same way. So you have large companies that started in Bitcoin as well as regular guys like us. And when we got in it, we didn't have the money that these guys did. And they were able to acquire investors and things. So when they went large, they bought everybody else out. And then the big guys who couldn't make it dropped out. Same thing happened with the internet. And now the next 10 years, right, was the boom. So the dot-com boom, I'm not talking about the dot-com boom. I'm talking about the internet revolution boom, where the internet goes from, oh, what is the internet, to it's everything. It's on your phone. Tell me what the internet is. Most of you can't describe what the internet is because it's so complicated, right? It's not just a website anymore. It's not just a music portal. It's not just a video content provider. It's not just one thing. It's like everything. It's like everything. So, and it's everywhere, and it's flowing through us. It's going through our bodies. It's inside of our pockets. It's sitting on our desks. It's what we type in at work. It's all being monitored and run through servers. I mean, the internet overtook the world, okay? Very few people, I mean, other than like massive third world countries, but most people in the world have access to the internet. Now, the same thing is happening with Bitcoin. The big companies who have the money are buying out the little companies. The big companies are manipulating so that the other big companies have to go bankrupt, like Gigawatt. I did not want Gigawatt to go bankrupt. Was Gigawatt direct competition? Absolutely. Did they have a perfect service? In my opinion, pretty darn close. We only manipulated what Gigawatt did just a little bit and put, integrity and our trust system, our videos, and we gave it to you. Obviously, like, you guys owned the company, right? Gigawatt owned their own company, and that's what fell. They fell because their company fell. The Bitbunker fell because you guys owned it. So you guys didn't want it to go on. You guys shut it down. Like, it's two totally different business plans and models. So nowadays, we're looking at 10 years of Bitcoin. We got 10 more years to go before we're really going to be it's everywhere type status. And that's why it's not a big deal about the price being where it is, because it's still astronomically out of this world higher than what you ever would have imagined 5 years ago. That's just the reality of it. If you would have told people, oh, I'll be walking around when Bitcoin stays steady at $5,000, you would have been laughed out of the room, right? Because the remote thought of it going up to $1,000 was hysterical. And then when it did it, people were like, oh, this is actually something. But it's not going to 5 times. There's no way. There's no way it's going to 5 times. There's no way. 1,000 was a fluke. It went right down to 200. It's a fluke. It's a fluke. There's no way. Right? But then there it is, right? Here it is. Here it is. Here we are, 5 years into the future, and we're sitting with $5,000 per Bitcoin. I mean, that's so this $100,000 Bitcoin, this $1 million Bitcoin, like, it sounds ridiculous because it's hypothetical. But when it happens and you think backwards, you're like, oh man, if I only would have, if I only could have, I only should have, right? So, like, come on. Yo, Dubstep King is here, man. Everybody's getting off of work. They're logging in on their phones. It's so great to see you guys. I'm not at work because I no longer am employed. If you guys didn't know, I didn't make it. I did not make it. I could not put my sold tag places. And yeah, I didn't go over this part. Okay, so for all of this documentation, right? So this doesn't even include the videos. The videos you still have to watch, which are hours upon hours of videos. Plus, you have to read all this and fill out all the assessments and shadow and all this, right? This covers you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the modules of the 7, 8, 9, 10. So there would have been 3 other modules with this. So imagine like another stack here if I would have gone through the whole thing. Yeah, didn't pass the test. That is correct. I'm a terrible test taker, as many of you may know. I barely passed high school because of testing. I had to take it open book with friends helping and my teacher there to just graduate. Then I went to Bible school, and I mean, how do you fail Bible school? I mean, come on. Especially when you were raised in the church your whole life. Like, how do you fail a Bible school? But I did. So, I'm a terrible test taker. I barely passed my Apple test. I'm shocked I passed my Apple test to be a genius, right? So, the only advantage I had, which I don't think anybody knows this, is my buddy who's legitimately a genius. He makes big money. He works remotely from California. He lives around here. And he's like super young. He's only like 20 some years old, and he's killing it. Like, he's amazing. So what he did was he downloaded all of the content for Genius Training and then uploaded it into one PDF, and then we and him had it. And what you could do was Control F or Command F on a Mac and find any answers you wanted. So you were allowed to have any supporting documents while we took our tests, and obviously I had that. And there wasn't role playing and stuff like that. Like, this was all role play. All the tests are role play, and so you're looking at somebody who's gonna fire you and role play the scenario and hope that they don't fire you at the end of it. Like, it's a little intimidating. Just gonna lie. Just not gonna lie. Crickety, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of paper. Yeah. So, I mean, only 2% of the people that apply to CarMax actually get in. So I'm very honored that they took me. I don't bite the hand that feeds me. I'm obviously still going to get a paycheck because I worked there for the last 2 weeks. So, it was a great month. I learned a lot about myself. I learned about emotions and, like, shaking. Like, I'm not shaking. I was let go an hour ago, and I'm not shaking. I used to, like, shake like crazy when I was taking my tests. And it's hard because, like, nobody knows who I was or what I did. Not that it was, like, all inspiring, but I mean, it was something. It was something that people cared about and trusted me with almost $1 million. Like, if I'm not just like somebody that just does things and says I do things and then don't do them. Like, I mean, if the random public who people didn't even have my phone number trusted me with, like, basically $1 million, I mean, I should be able to take a test, but I can't. I couldn't. I didn't. So it didn't work. So, all right. My wife said, "How in the world did you fail Bible school?" I bought a book on technical analysis on Amazon. Going to try my hand in exchanges. Yeah, I've actually lost around 10 grand in my own money in exchanges, and boy, I could really use that right now. I don't have, as you guys saw in my last video, I don't have a 401 anymore. I have zero retirement, and hopefully someday I can watch this video like when I'm 40 and be like, whoa, look at me right there. I was 30 some years old and I had nothing, right? So the good news is I have family and friends, and I'm gonna figure out the next plan. I gotta figure out what's next. So I did have a lot of time there, and what I wanted to do was chat about some of the things that I've made. So we already talked about the digital gold systems, and let's see what this document's about. This is just like writing of a book, financial independence. Like, everybody needs to get there. This is another one. Singularity, aliens, algorithms, and AI. So this is like the beginning of like a little book. Oh, these are some pretty cool facts. So I was trying to figure out, like, how much money does it take for you to live your whole life, and how much money flows through you, and then, like, how much if these billionaires were able to give money away, like everybody talks about, like, oh, they could give so much money away. Well, if they did, how far would it really go? And, like, it wouldn't go anywhere. Like, if you do the math about, like, how many billionaires there are, because there's only like 2,000, and then you did the math about how many people are the divide, like, it doesn't divide out. So it can't even, like, even if they donated 90% of their wealth and still were a billionaire, like, it wouldn't divide out. You wouldn't be helped. You'd get like $10 in your pocket and be like, okay. Like, they would be still a billionaire, but they gave away 90% of their net worth, and you would have like $10. Like, that's not the exact number, but obviously that was cool to learn. So we could go over this one sometime. This is a pretty good one. The singularity, aliens, algorithms, and AI. That's a really good one. So this was another one, kind of just random thoughts. like for the tiers. I was going to do a tiered system for the monthly subscription. I actually haven't got a lot of feedback on that. I got a website for it directly. I'll post it right now, actually, because that is this digi.io/DGS for Digital Gold Systems. And that just kind of shows you, like, if you click on Let's Go, what this whole thing is. And it's like sends a direct email, and I know it came from there. So let me go back here and say, are you interested? All right. And you guys know what this is. So any of that is terrific because, yeah, I don't have a job anymore. Okay. So otherwise, cost limitations, things like that, you know, becoming a full-time miner. Then I wrote out the tiered system. So if we did tier 1, 2, and 3, how we would do that, what that would look like. So basically what I was thinking is that whole group of stuff would have to be in a tiered system because I couldn't give you access to pre-mined coins for 1 week. So you'd basically be able to pay $48, right, for 1 month, and then you could log off and then have all the pre-mined coins, and then you could wait until I release another pre-mined coin, and you could log on, pay $48 and get another one. So that wouldn't work, right? So that business plan doesn't work. So I was thinking, like, you'd have to sign up for like a year or something and already be in rigs. You know, this is obviously for people who already have multiple rigs and want in the system ongoing. So that's kind of what I was thinking. And then below that, right, if you want to be like in the communication, get the merchandise, which somebody's reached out and they have a laser printer and they're going to print us laser coasters, digital gold coasters. So if you guys want those, let me know. Also, we're going to, like, the selling, like, man, I wish I could just have a place to sell my equipment. Like, if you just paid the monthly fee residually, or even just for 1 month to try to offload as much equipment as you could. Which, by the way, great news, we are going to be having another sale. That's right. We are selling again. We're going to go to Kentucky. I was going to go to Kentucky. Shoot. I mean, I was going to go to Kentucky next week because of my schedule, but I don't have a schedule anymore. So, let's see. Guys, when do you want to go? I mean, we could. So this week is Easter. So probably a terrible day to fly. So maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Shoot, I don't know. I was going to go the 29th, but let's try to shoot for Wednesday and head there. Let's go to Kentucky. So I got a bunch of stuff there. Basically, I need to get some summer clothes because it's kind of hot. And yeah. Anyways, you guys are nice and quiet in the chat. Okay, so that's the best stuff. So someday we're gonna do a whole video on this. The aliens, algorithms, AI, and singularity. We could do a video on this if you want. I'm just not getting a lot of feedback. Like, I got maybe 6 or 7 people that are like, sign me up. But honestly, I need like 40 to 50 people to make this work. So if Digital Gold Systems isn't something that the public wants, then I'm not going to do that and invest my time in that. Peter Stowe needs a miner. I have sold just about all of my possessions. I literally don't know what else to sell. You guys saw the car that I'm driving now. And, I mean, I guess I have, like, I could sell a TV. I'm trying to sell my 4K monitor. You guys want a 4K monitor? 32 inches, baby. My allergies are driving me nuts. I sold all my SSDs. I sold, like, almost all my motherboards. There's some motherboards left in Kentucky. I mean, Peter Stone, stay tuned when I go to Kentucky, because you could probably piece out a rig through what I got in Kentucky. I mean, it's going to be dirt cheap, man. I mean, shipping is probably going to cost you more than the equipment. Like, if it's probably going to be like $30 to ship, and you're only pay like $25 for the equipment. You know, like, that's really the deals going on here. So, okay, we already went over this. So we can combine these two into this one. So if you guys wanted to talk about that, we could do that some other day. But otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I need to wait for this. Now, what am I doing on the mining thing? So you guys might remember, maybe not, I don't know. I told you that we had a facility still, technically. And in reality, we do. I just communicated with the guy just a few days ago about the situation. And, I mean, everything's there. The power's there. Got 1,250 watts, amps of power. All two-pole, 240 volts. So we're going to be able to run in high efficiency. It's underground. It's outrageously secure. It's on, you know, like multi-million-dollar property. So we are solid. We are solid position there. And what's interesting is we can do that because of just a relationship that was built with the individual. But I don't have anything there I can put there, right? So like if you were to say, oh, hey, where's the facility? Like people will email me and they're like, hey, I want to put my miners with you. And I'm like, okay, but like I don't have enough. Like if you're going to come in with like, you know, 300 miners or something, then yeah, I'd be able to support myself to run there. But like no one's there. So imagine a frame, imagine a building underground with the power, brand new power, ready to go, cooling, power, internet, done. Like there's just nobody to run it. There's nobody to run the facility, and there's no miners in it. So like that's kind of where it stands. So if we had miners, like an influx of miners, or we had people that needed hosting, or we had servers that people wanted, or what do they call that? Hash for cash, right? Rent out your hash, bring your hash here, rent it out, re-rent it. I mean, you could pay a hosting fee with me, put all your miners in our place, and then you could sell your hash to somebody else. Like, as long as you're paying like a rental fee for us to just watch it, babysit it for you, then sell it to somebody else. I mean, you could make a killing that way. So, and you wouldn't even have to think about it. You could literally just be the liaison, sort of like you could be your own nice hash. In a way, I mean, you'd run your own nice hash server and be closed loop, more private, and you could charge more. I mean, really, I got like 98.9% uptime in the Bitbunker. I mean, it was very rare. I don't think the entire Bitbunker went down. Maybe once the entire place went down. If anything went down, like certain rows would go off, right? Or we blew a transformer, but we just switched everybody or most of the rigs to a different transformer, right? So like we were never like completely offline. So like I had like a 98% uptime. So, and I can't say I'd be even better because I didn't actually build. I mean, I would be good. I mean, we could do that. We wish you could get yourself back doing hosting again. The time is now to get started back up if you can get the people to send you rigs to host. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that, but it has to be in a sense where I don't have to risk as much, right? Because when I was risking that was 2 years ago that I started that risk level. Well, I'm 2 years advanced in my life now with less assets. So I have less than what I started with 2 years ago. Okay. But I'm almost debt free. So there is something to stay there. So I require much less to survive. So my survival payment is like bare minimum. Okay. But risk level has decreased. So I have less of a risk option because I already got burned, right? So like, you know, I got scars, right? Actually, where is that scar? I have a scar. Oh, there it is. There you go. See that scar? That scar is literally from mining. So, yeah. When you're burned, you don't want to get burned again. I don't know why the focus ring doesn't work. It's focusing on this stupid thing, but whatever. Maybe I'll just stand back here and it'll be better. So, anyways. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I thought about doing that fire thing where we stream live, and then I could do like Uber Eats because I can't do Uber in my car. So I could do like Uber Eats, and then I could do the fire police streamer thing. Would you be willing to travel to Eastern Europe to set up a turkey mining operation? Yes, I would. American expat. my initial cost for that is 10,000. It's on my website. So anything international is 10 grand. So if you would like a facility set up, please contact me, but just know my base price to start is 10 grand. So if that's not in your budget, then you can't afford me. Hopefully you can find somebody that remotely could help you, but they're not going to have the experience I do. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so stay tuned for a flash sale. Stay tuned for what the heck is going on with Jared. I'd love to stream more because I have the opportunity to, but you guys have to support it. So let's be real. If you guys don't support the stream, I can't stream. That's just the way it's going to be. You guys got to support the stream, so let me know. Let me know if the stream will be supported. Guys, thank you for your donations. You can send anything to PayPal info@digi.io. You can send coin directly through Coinbase with 0 fees for digigold@gmail.com, as well as our website has a direct access to donations. Please check out digi.io/DGS if you're interested. Let me know. Because, again, I'm going to build a company. From you guys are going to build it, basically. I'm just going to be the liaison to make it build. So if you guys want it, let's build it. If you don't, okay. If you guys all get together and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, great. And otherwise, please put your prayers out to Magic Byte. Special shout out to him. He's the one who created the entire Discord channel. And he has a decent chunk of some assets of ours. And he was trying a new algorithm thing in the markets, and it's safe. He's a completely trustworthy guy. It was just scary because he disappeared, and I was afraid either something happened, he got taken by the black market mafia, or he was contracted to a coin he wasn't allowed to be on social media. Sure enough, Magic Byte was in a horrible car accident with him and his buddy. He just got sent home. I think he might have had to go back to the hospital. His buddy was still in the hospital. Like, I don't know if his buddy's gonna make it. So guys, you guys know who Magic Byte is. He is ingenious, and he some of the stuff you guys use in cryptocurrency, he has touched. Trust me, he has touched it. He's an insane coder and just a very, very humble guy. The most humble developers I've ever met. So please give me your prayers because he needs it, and he's trying to recover, and he's a great guy. So otherwise, guys, stay tuned. This is crazy. I have no idea what's going on, and a final word, just thank you again for the opportunity to be a salesman. This is what it takes to become a 70% of salesman. I only made it 30% of the way, though. And I can walk away knowing I don't have a job, smiling still, you know, with like 2 kids, a wife to support, and no income. Yeah, this is great. But that's okay. I have a higher power taking care of me, and I hope that you guys have that peace and joy in your life as well, because I don't know, but I'm for hire. So if you guys want to give me a ring-a-ding-ding, you go right ahead. Digital gold is for hire. Okay? Thank you guys. You're awesome. See ya. Woo! Oh, this is crazy. I can't believe it.